I think this whole discussion of pro-life versus pro-choice, would it even exist?
Oh, if what?
In an Islamic system? Would that argument even have to be there?
AlMaghrib Institute presents Q&A with Kamal al-Mekki.
Women are the gatekeepers.
Zina is more severe for the woman. And I purposely mentioned this example because, you know, with the movements now and the attitude, like, oh, why is it more severe for the woman? The consequences are more severe. It's still a sin for both. Yani, for a man and a woman, it's still zina is zina. But the consequences are more severe for the woman. And I always tell them, just let's be logical now. A man and a woman commit zina. Drunk after a party, let's just use an American example here. And the man gets up. He never got her name, number,
One
nothing.
night stand.
One night stand. Gets up and walks away and he moves to Kansas. And she gets a pregnant, so he can step away from that act completely. And she gets pregnant as a result of that night. Can she just step away from it? She's got a child that she either murders or she gives birth to him, and he's linked to her for the rest of until one of them goes to the grave.
Well, that's where the whole argument behind abortion and the right for pro-life
Even
versus
then, she's still
pro-choice.
affected by it. That's the point.
She is affected, but I think would easily. I don't know if we want to go into this.
It's not easy though. That's the point. Even if they think it's easy, going through the process is not easy.
I think this whole discussion of pro-life versus pro-choice, would it even exist?
Oh, if what?
In an Islamic system? Would that argument even have to be there?
Without a lot of zina rampant everywhere, you would barely have this.
Because pro-life and pro-choice is a result of people sleeping around.
It absolutely is.
Right?
But even if she just casually, there's no way you can argue it's equal. Even if she's okay with murdering this baby, she still had to murder the baby. He's in Kansas.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll tell you something interesting. This may be related to me, not. But I know a nurse, and she told me that she used to work at an abortion clinic. And she said the same girl would come get an abortion 16 times. I mean, I didn't know this. You know what the problem is when they present in these discussions and debates on TV and the news shows, and they talk about how they always mention, but if a girl is raped, why should she have that child? She should get an abortion. What percent is of abortion due to rape? Nothing. But it's basically these girls, unprotected, and she said one girl would come 16 times. This other teenager would come 13 times, and he would get an abortion. You guys don't look shocked at that number.
I mean,
I was blown away. It's like 16 times.
I mean, my only. I mean, I'm not shocked at the number. My only question is, at what point does it affect the human reproductive system in the sense that what if they want to have children in the future? Does getting an abortion a dozen times plus affect their
Allah
ability
knows
to
best,
bear?
man. But it's just like the who is this girl, Miskina, man? Her circumstances, her psychology, her.
I mean, I would think she's not.
This girl?
Yeah.
She just basically goes around and has boyfriends.
Well, how do they know that she's not like a prostitute? That's what she's using to make a living?
But in any case, it's horrible. Basically,
Yeah.
In any
it's
case,
horrible.
and it's very different from the discussion on television where they always mention rape and they
Yeah,
mention
obviously.
this and that. And so that's one, and then the other is so even if she's so used to killing the baby, she still made a decision to kill the baby. Whereas the male, no 16 different men came in with her into the abortion clinic and made a decision and shed a tear. She made it by herself. Yeah. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is, when people try to say, well, what about how come the man this and the woman that? Did you stop for a minute and think about this? There's a huge difference between the two. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with, anyone being unfair to the woman. It's biology. It's just life, how it works.
We don't believe in biology anymore. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it doesn't mean Muslims. You mean
the world.
As a society now,
world?
it's like it's not even about biology.